Okay guys, welcome to viewing this engine. This is a CR14 a Nissan engine. I'm going to do some work on it. I done scrap all the parts, clean them up and ready to install. So I will try my best to show you guys as much I could show you, and also a little information to go along with it. This is just for viewing purpose. So when you look at your engine, or if you're doing something in your engine, it's your responsibility if you go wrong with it. So this is just a viewing purpose, and I'm going to start doing some work here now. I'm going to install the crankshaft first and then move on to the other part. So let me show you some of the parts that I have layout here to rebuild this engine. My name is Chan, so they call me Uncle Chan because I deserve it. Right, so let's start. These are some of the parts, as you see here, had to put together. When you're done rebuild the engine, if any parts remain, then you didn't finish. So you must not see anything there. You don't have no extra parts there except the tools that I will be using, the torque wrench and the other tools. Everything here should be out clean. If anything remain here, then the engine work is not complete. The crankshaft, the head, and it have one or two things still to be installed, which I didn't lay out here. So guys, this is the block. And always try your best to clean your parts. Do not put up dirty parts. You'll not be a clean mechanic. So as you see here, it's a CR14. It's a Nissan engine. Right? So let's get started. So I install all the bearing them already, so I could just take out one to show you guys. Right, so just install. You always put the groove in there and you just press the back here. You're making sure that these holes here line up. If you put one of these here and it didn't line up, then you put the wrong one. Right? So, and then you have a small hole here for where they spray. And then when it will pressure, it spray on the tube. Try a little oil there. Make sure. So when you put this here, you don't want to forget the truss washer, right? The truss washer is go on this section here, so you don't want to forget that truss washer to install it, right? So let me locate the truss washer. I didn't put that on the layout. Okay, get the truss washer. So what you want to do, you're looking at this, so you want to put the truss washer down below. It carry two truss washer only. Right? It carry two. We do not carry four. Two to the bottom Right? You always shift it and turn it down this way. If it's not going down when you're trying to put it this way, then check the reason why it's supposed to go down, because you need to get that truss free. Right? So the truss washer is its side. It carries two on this. I don't carry none to the top. Right, so I go and install the top part of it. Make sure you lubricate it with oil. So it also carry bearing up here. So I install all the bearing there. I want to make sure that you install it the correct way. You don't want to go wrong side with it. So you look at the lock on this side here, and you look at the lock on this side, and you bring the two close by. Right? So that is how that a crankshaft here bolt up to that. So I'm going to install all the bolts for this. Now when you're installing this here, you have to torque it, then slacken it back, torque it back, and then go 90 degrees. Right? You want to make sure you get at 90 degrees. So just hold short at 2 hammer bolts. Not to locate 2 hammer bolts, I just fall short 2 hammer bolts. I'm going to check in the back and see, but I'll get back to you there in a few seconds. Okay guys, I found a bolt right here, just roll under some part. Now there is 2 lengths here, as you can see. The shorter one, which is 4 short ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest 6 long ones come to the higher spot. If you look at the area here, you see it lower and the higher spot. So I had to torque these bolts them, as I mentioned, slacken them back, then torque them back, and then go to the final tightening, which I'm going to look at my sheet there now and see the torque for it. It's always good to torque your bolts. If you try to tighten it just so which you would not have the correct average with the tongue. Maybe some of them have it, I don't. So I will use my torque wrench and torque it. Okay, this is 20 pounds per square inch. So when it tightens 20 pounds, I have to slacken it back and then tighten it back 20 pounds. So I will tighten out this screw here, and then I will get back to you when I'm slackening it. So what I do in here, I'm going to slacken it just a slack. Do other thing to just to get it away from the 20 pound. So slacken all. And what I will be doing now, I'm going back up 20 pounds and then go 95 degree. So this is 20 pounds I'm going back up. Okay guys, 20. About 20 pounds and then we'll go cleaning all over, but see what. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my power handle, hoping that I could pull it to 90 degree position. 96, sorry, 95. So I don't know if I will need to put that mark there, so I don't want to pull out the socket to get it to my mark. So what I will do, I will flatten back this one because I will have to torque that one back because the socket jump out there with me, right? I jump out the mark there, so I just had to put it back on the mark, right? Right, I'll let you again. Right, so that is the 20 mark I have it there. So what I'm going to do now is I would not go the full 90 one time. I have to pull all of them at least half, right? Pull it half, and I will just put that mark. I don't have to put that mark, it already had the mark there, so I'm going to pull all of them into the halfway mark before 90, at least 45 degrees average. So in that way, I'm not going to tighten all down one time. Right, I go halfway, average 45, put all of them, and then I will go with the next balance to complete. So what's going on now, the mark here is between here, so and I have this mark here, where I just have to go back on that spot and complete the 90. Right, so let me tighten it up now. I will go the full mark. Okay guys, I pull it to, as you could see, average to 96 pounds per square inch after 20 pounds market. Now if you look at the arrow here, it will tell you how to install this, or if you don't have an arrow, look at the load. This part in the back there is lower than the part in front, and also look at the bearing lock, and you will get it correct. Right, so that is the torque section there. Now I'm going to move into the next section, install the piston. So you want to make sure that all these here is set good and the turning, right? You don't want to have it locking up. So I'm going to go to the next section. What I do here, I set the rings. One on this side, the compression rings, and then you have the second rings. So you see the compression rings here, the sweeper rings on this side, and then I have the two oil ring sweeper on this side. So this here, when you're doing this, this is not for you guys to try your thing and you go wrong with it and then you say the video was wrong. Get your mechanic. This is not to certify you as a mechanic. This is just for viewing purpose. If you want to do it yourself, you take your own risk. Because what I do in here is that I doing it the correct way and getting it done right. You may do it and you do it right. So get your mechanic, or if you take the chance, it's your risk. Right? So let's go to send it down here. This is 2, it have a mark in it. I just want to do a little stupid thing here. I use a bolt, but I left the bolt in the threading, so I had to get it out. Okay, yeah. Alright, I get it out now. Just use the. Okay, so always look at the front. See, that's it there. Right, down tight. Very easy, not too hard. As you can see, it gone down there very easy. So as you can see here, you cannot get the cap inside here because of this cage here. So what I will be doing is shifting it down on one side to get the cap. Okay. So that is what I do. I'm going down there, so I want to get the cap. So when you're installing the cap, you're looking at the lock and you put in the lock of the cap on the same side. See? Very simple. Okay. Not always watch the nut, it have a side to go. So the shine inside. So when you torquing that bolt here, it go let's see how much I have in now. Yeah, so you're good. Right. You go 10 pounds per square inch, and then you slacken back as usual, tighten back to 10 pounds per square inch, and you go 45 degree. And 45 degree is what required. But let your mechanic handle that, guys, not you. He could take responsible for it. But, every engine have their own spec in tightening. So you cannot use the specs for our next engine, except the manufacturer say in the procedure you could use it, but this procedure is for this engine. And sometimes when you're tightening the nut, if the nut is tight, it could hit you 10 pounds, but it really tighten 10 pounds because somewhere the threading could be bad. So all these things have to take into consideration when you're doing these work. So we are going to tighten this one here. All the other 3 will be installing the same way. So let me tighten this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it into a different position here. When you put in it here, and you want to get this one down here when you're talking. So I could use the torque in this area here. It's a little ticklish, but you know, you get it into that area. Right, so as you can see here, to tighten both of them into this. Make sure you get the right cap, install the right piston, and the direction of the piston. Right, so a socket for a button, now again. Okay. Okay guys, this is a good tool. This is a magnet. Could go into areas that okay, so I pull that out there. Let's see if it's going to fall again. So this is what you do. You pull equal to 10 pounds per square inch. And then I do 90 degree, but I will be slackening it back and tightening it back. So that here, as you can see, if you want a little tuning, so pull back a little. So you just have to keep adjusting it to where you're comfortable with it. Right, so that's 10 pounds per square inch. So I'm going to slacken it back, tighten it back 10, and then go 45. So each one will be the same procedure. I don't have to show all one time. Just this one, as you see, I install it, catch up everybody, all going the same way. Just make sure they go in order. So let me slacken it back and then go again. So what I'm doing here is slackening it back. Just a little slack. You don't need no big arm. Just put a screwdriver and turn it out of the way, and that's it. Now I'm going to tighten it back 10 pounds. And now I'm going to pull it to 45 degrees. So you see I mark it there, right? And I will be pulling 45 degrees, not 90. 45 is not much for, right? So that's here is 45. I will do the next the same. I will have to turn them up back to get that one. Right, so I have to get it within the cage here, because you can't get in there. You always make sure the mark line up properly. Right, so we're going. You wouldn't see it yet, but it is. Yeah, kind of right. So, yeah, a little again. that's it. So go 45 from to 10. So that's it for that piston there. Complete. All other three will be doing the same. I will be doing the same. So that's it there for piston installing. After you tighten that, each one you turn the engine to make sure that it turning. You see it is not turning with no resistance. It's turning very smooth and nice how it's supposed to. I just put a bolt to the back here to turn it with a screwdriver because my hand can't hold it. So, right, so that's it there. You see, make sure that when you tighten the cage, you torque the cage, your crankshaft is turning free. When you tighten your piston, each one, you make sure that it's turning free. If one should lock up, then you have to check to see the reason. So going to complete the balance here now. I do have to show you guys the balance, all is the same procedure, except some of you guys know it different. But as I said, do not use this as a training or this to certify you as a mechanic. This is for viewing purpose, that you understand that how things fit up before they go into action. So, okay, all 4 piston inside. A little kind of confined space here, but nevertheless, the job is still continue. There's a lot of parts yet to go in. So I will close off on this area here until the next part. Right, as I mentioned, this is for viewing purpose. So let your professional handle it. Because what I is doing here, I is doing it correct as I know it's supposed to. And if you could do it exactly correct, then you would not have a problem. So this is just for viewing, as I mentioned. I will close off at this area until I do the other part. Will be continue on installing the other part of this. Okay guys, that's it there for now. Thank you for viewing this part. Before I close off here, I just want you guys to know that when you're tightening them bolts, make sure the threading both sides is clean. The threading in the bolts and threading in the block. Sometimes the threading could be tight going in and you get it off, but the bolt will reach to hold that part that it's supposed to. So you have to make sure that all them bolts threading is clean, the hole is clean. You could blow out all the air, all the stuff from the hole. You know, sometimes it have oil, little debris, and these things could crack the block when compact. Now I'm not telling you guys it, I'm just educating you guys what could happen.